You didn't help me make my cloud wall.
You didn't ask.
I did.
I didn't get no invite.
I also did tell you to make a cloud wall, and you're like, no, bro.
When did you tell me to make one? Oh,
Last season.
I was probably like, yeah, I'd like to make one, but I don't really have funds to be investing in this podcast that I've already invested into, and haven't seen a return. So I gotta see at least $1, and then I can throw back in $100.
I'm convinced that we're gonna have to spend $1,000 before we see anything.
Bro, in total, we've definitely spent $1,000 already.
Not on this podcast.
No, okay, not on this podcast, but in podcasting in general, definitely.
Yeah, we definitely have.
Well, if you think about it time-wise, because, I mean, we could have been Ubering for this hour, probably making about $20 an hour.
Yo, shut up. It's so dumb.
I could have been grinding for 2 hours.
I could have made the best song ever and made $1 million.
Facts, you could have. Well, welcome back to the Vault episode. This is the second Vault of the season, I think. If not, it's a Vault of the season. So, we're happy to be chatting with you from our past selves, our past lives. We may be completely different people now in the present time. So, we hope that you enjoy this time with us and get to have a fun conversation with us, because that's what this is about.
Yeah. Nah, but go ahead.
What, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say my name's Gabriel.
Well, then I'll say my name too. I'm Tyler.
And welcome to the Catchin Up Podcast.
The Vault.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start. Introducing Catchin Up Podcast.
Catching Up Podcast. If you're not caught up, you're catching up. I don't necessarily know what that means. I wonder if I should.
Vault.
I was just thinking.
Should we make a different intro?
That's actually. I was thinking not make a different intro, but like I maybe add like an effect to the intro, like a. Like it would basically just be like in the like an opening in the beginning, like open the vault, like it'll open. I don't know. I'll play around with it and see if I can come up with something cute.
You should do like a, Catching Up Podcast season 2 with Tyler and Gabe, and then it'll be like you putting in a code, boop, 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 and then it unlocks the vault.
Oh, so
something like that.
Now he's telling me how to do my job.
I always do. No, actually, fun fact. I'm, at least from my perspective, making this podcast and past podcasts, feel like I am the most annoying partner ever, because Tyler will send me this really cool video or image that he made, and I'm just like, yes, but, and then I'm like, but what about this? You should change this. But I never have like, because I don't use the programs he does, so I don't know what he has to work with, and I don't necessarily have like an idea. I just know that I don't really like it.
No, actually, it's worse than that. He says it's mid. He says I should never create again.
Dude, you weren't supposed to tell him.
He's like,
dude,
on
text.
I thought we said we weren't going to say what we said in the text messages out loud.
What happens on our phones stays on our phones.
No, I mean, it's definitely good to have an outside perspective on it, because, obviously there's so many elements when it goes into creating anything, but especially like something like an intro. So for me, it's like, okay, I polish all these things and then I add like a font or I add like an effect or a sound effect. And like, for me, it's like, oh yeah, it works. But like for somebody who's seeing the whole thing for the first time or the second time versus me who's seeing it 50 times in a row, it's like, it's a different perspective. Like you can pick up on things differently. And it's the same thing why there's so many people that work on a movie. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, a handful of people have like the final says, but like, you have other people look at it. You get, I think you even ask different people about it and stuff, because it's like, okay, maybe I'm seeing it like he is. Let's see how the audience views it as well. Or like people who aren't even in this realm. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we forget about that. Like sometimes I might throw something in that like, could be specifically for me and Gabe, but it's like, well, will other people get that? And they don't always have to, but like sometimes like they should, you know what I mean? So, it definitely makes sense to get multiple perspectives on things before you go in and put it out there,
Our logo took like 2 months of me being like,
Took a while.
eh.
Took a while.
Yeah. But I'm happy with it now.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, man. I like it. It's simple. It effectively captures what it needs to. We haven't done a coffee review so far yet. I mean, obviously, this is we're not really far into the season as of this recording, so but we definitely got to pick that back up again at some point.
Maybe we should do it for the second episode.
Yeah, for sure. I think because the first episode we were just kind of getting into the groove of things. But yeah, I would like to because I definitely need to allot a little bit more time so that I don't have to go to the same coffee shops because I would like to try different ones around the area. Because there's so many around me. It's just
Here's what you need to do. You need to go to the coffee shop that you want to go to the day before. Try it. Remember your review. Save the cup. Next day, pour your own cup of coffee in there, and then just pretend like you're trying it for the first time.
Oh, so you're trying to get me to fake it for the views? The
So you make it, baby. Coming from the actor, who literally has to fake it for views.
The coffee shop's gonna see and be like, "Our roast isn't that dark. What's going on here? We don't
real.
Put that much cream in there."
Be like, "Where's the caramel?"
That coffee doesn't look organic. So what's going on here?
Yo, I actually saw this video of this guy explaining how organic doesn't actually mean what we think it does. And apparently there's been I haven't done any research into this, so take this with a grain of salt. But he said that apparently the people that have done research and tests on it say that the differences between organic and not organic health-wise is like nothing to like very minimal. Apparently it means organic doesn't mean like super like what we think of organically grown. It just means that we're like trusting the farmer.
Like, yeah, isn't it like it's not like they're supposedly not using as many chemicals or
but
like
apparently they still do, or they use like different versions of it. So then you know how they say like, oh, this juice is 100% natural juice, and then you read it and it's only like 2% natural because it only needs to be a certain percent for you to say 100%.
Right.
It's kind of like that.
Interesting.
Well, they're like, look, we don't use any pesticides because we only used 1 pound instead of 7. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't really buy anything super organic anyway, so maybe one day. I mean, listen, if the budget allotted, I might. I do think that it probably is like to a degree a little bit healthier for you, but I don't think it's anything like crazy.
Yeah, the whole premise of the video was saying that like organic is significantly more expensive, even though you would think, oh, they don't use pesticides, they don't use this, so therefore it should be cheaper to make it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, not only are you paying like 70% more for the same product, but it's actually not that much healthier.
Right. No, that makes sense. Also, I got blessed up this morning, bro.
Yeah? In what way?
Well, so obviously it wouldn't be this morning, obviously you guys are seeing this in the past, but
no, in the future.
My mom hit me up a few days ago. So a lot of the acting checks that from stuff that I've done in the past, residual checks, which for those of you that don't know, if you work on something and it like streams
explain
or
what a
airs
residual
somewhere,
is.
you like however many times it plays, you'll get that, like you'll get like a small percentage depending on your role. No, well, sometimes yeah, but sometimes like it's usually like $15-$20. And so she hit me up the other day and she was like, hey, like I got this, you got this check in the mail. I think it's for like $15. Like, can you, like, do you want me to send it to you, whatever? Because now with the mobile deposit, she could just send me a picture and I can just do it rather than having to have her mail it, because I rarely get my mail here. Like sometimes I'll get it. She sent me some in the past and I haven't gotten them. So I was like not doing that anymore. now that I know that I can just do the mobile deposit. Anyway, so I hit her up and I was like, hey, I hit her up like it's my mom.
I hit that shotty up.
Like I hit it up and I was like, so I texted her. I was like, hey, can you send me a picture of that check so I can deposit it? And bro, it was $120.
Where'd she get $15 from?
I don't know. It's really weird. It's weird because like one, I don't know if she was just assuming. Two, I don't know if it was just like it was like okay, technically it's like 119.83, so maybe she just read 19. Like I don't really know, but I was like, bro, this is like I was like, man, God really got me right now because. I mean, as you know, I mean, financially it's been a bit of a struggle over here recently. You know, California is expensive, man. It's tough, and especially like when everything's going up and like your pay isn't going up, is like this doesn't really work out how it's supposed to. And yeah, I mean, everything's good. Like I have some other stuff coming in, so like I'm gonna be straight. But this was like really, really clutch because I'm still waiting on another check to come in, and like right now I'm just like, I'm fine, like I'm chilling, but at the same time it's like, man, I'm stressing. I'm like it's a little bit of a stressful situation because it's like, man, I'm really trying to like be super, super, super just like budget friendly here, and that just like came through and all like unexpected all of a sudden, and just like it really is like helping me out. I mean, I know 120 to some people is probably not a lot of money, but like to me that's like a grand.
That's cool. I'd be so happy if
like
I got
money.
$120 on it.
So you know, glory to God, man. I mean, he's always looking out and helping us where he knows we need the help, man. You know, he's like just a little bit. He's like you don't need a lot. He's like, I'm just gonna get you by for now.
He's like, here's a sprinkle. That's all you need.
Yeah, he's like, because I know if I give you more than that, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna spend it. You're not gonna
spend
be
it on ice cream, buy In-N-Out.
Yeah. So I mean, I might still get me a little In-N-Out, but
as a little celebration.
Yeah,
celebratory burger.
Yeah. So I was like, man, this is awesome.
No, I'm happy for you, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, like, dude, residuals, I'm like, they're really cool. It's a cool aspect of the business. Again, they don't come in like all. If that was like once a month, that'd be sick. But like, it's not. It really just depends on how many times the show is played, and where it's being shown. I think this one is from the Netflix movie I did, which is crazy because I didn't know that like you get residuals from streaming things. I think this might be a part of the new deal that they just signed in with the SAG-AFTRA stuff. But I mean, this is also my first time being on Netflix, so I don't know. Not that it's anything big. Don't like, oh my God, he's on Netflix.
I was gonna say,
like,
you're not like a big role in the sense of like you're not any of the main characters.
No,
but you're like around the main character a lot. So like you were kind of in that movie a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was cool. It was like I don't have it again. Like what he's saying is like I didn't have any lines in the movie, but I'm a part. One of the main dudes is like the fraternity leader, and I'm like one of the closest fraternity bros, I guess you could say. It's called The Re-Education of Molly Singer. If you want to check it out, it's a
great movie.
Yeah, it's a fun comedy.
Great movie.
College. It's like very early 2000s
awesome.
vibes. Thank you. I get to play some Pong and play some different college drinking games. We didn't actually.
You got to kidnap someone.
Obviously.
You got to be a criminal.
True, I did.
And not suffer the consequences. Amen.
That was fun, man. That was a really fun shoot. I was back. I drove to Atlanta 4 times in the span of a month, back and forth for that shoot. So it was a lot, but it was fun.
Oh, that's when you were doing it?
Yeah, when I kept going back and forth to Atlanta.
Yo, I remember when you were going back and forth.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. I got to, spend some time out there, because usually if I ever went out there, it was just for like an audition. It would be like a there and back in the same day type of trip. But for that one, sometimes I would stay for like the week because they're like, hey, we might need you. So I was like, all right, I might as well just stay. So I got to spend some time there and check out some different like trails and different parks and stuff like that. And it was a fun time. And the cast was super cool. It was a really fun shoot. Obviously, like I said, it's a comedy college style movie. So like it was super easy on set, and we all like got along, and it was crazy, man. It was a lot of fun, you know.
Heck yeah.
But also,
Definitely go check that movie out.
yeah, you definitely should check it out if you haven't. But also, I was thinking, I had this thought, a different topic, but it's sometime this week. I don't know. I think we were texting at some point, and it was like night over here, and you were still working, and I was like, man, it's crazy, because obviously he's in Florida, I'm in LA, so like when it's 9:00 here, it's midnight over there. But I was like, me and you, at least job-wise and like lifestyle-wise, I mean, obviously, you know, besides the podcast, like we live such different lifestyles. Like your work environment is, I mean, it's a restaurant / bar, but like it's like a pretty loud atmosphere, and it's
upscale,
nightlife
like,
and this, whereas like mine, it's like I work 10 to 6 at a clothing store where like it's pretty chill, it's like that. And then like I have the nights off, and like if I want to go to bed early, I can, not that I ever do, but like, you know what I mean. And then like, you know, if I go to the gym, it's typically at night. If you go to the gym, it's probably beforehand, you know. So I was just like, it is crazy how like me and you, because your work environment can play such a big part in like your lifestyle. I mean, if you think about it, that's where you probably spend most of your time if you're working a full-time job, is like at your job, you know. So it's crazy, because I'm like, you're over here working till 2 a.m. And I'm like, bro, I couldn't imagine working till 2 a.m. Like that seems a little bit crazy to me, you know. But I mean, how do you like it? You know, because you've worked a lot of jobs under the sun. Do you like working till late? Is it something where you're like, I mean, you know, the money's good, so I do it, like, you know?
I think if I was a bartender, it'd be a little different. My job, since I'm a bar back, I obviously don't make anywhere near as much as the bartenders. They make like 2 to 3 times more than I do.
Yeah.
That being said, they deal with customers, and they deal with a lot of like things like that, and like just being packed and busy and being hollered at all the time. I don't. I just dealing with the bartenders, and like obviously I'll help them out and stuff. But I do a lot of heavy lifting. Like yesterday, for example, I had to grab 14 kegs, and each keg's like 150 pounds, and I had to stack them. So
150 pounds?
Yeah.
How are you lifting that, bro?
I can pick it up and move it, but to stack them, I need help.
I was gonna say, I was like, I work out,
I
and I can't even
no,
do
no.
that, bro.
No, I've done it before, and I've almost like died, because like the only way for me to do it is like pick it up and then like use my body as like like lean back and use my legs, and then like scooch forward just to put it on the ledge and then push it over. But yesterday we had to stack some of them 3 kegs tall, or 3 kegs high. So it's like it's impossible for me to personally to do that by myself. So it's like that type of stuff, and just like my body aches. But back to the original question, the schedule-wise, at first I was like, okay, this isn't bad. But honestly, I don't like staying that late. When I opened, during the week, we used to open the bar. The opening bar back would come in at 3, and then they'd leave anywhere from 7 when the closer comes in, or, you know, they'd stay till like 11, right? That, honestly, I loved. But when I'm the closer, and that's what we've been doing because we've been slow, so we've only been having 1 bar back a day. So, like, I've been coming in at 6 or 7 every single day.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, I hate leaving at, like, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Because by the time I get home, even if I'm tired, I got to shower, I got to eat, I got to, like, talk to my wife and stuff like that. So then by the time I'm, like, trying to unwind, it's, like, 3 or 4 in the morning. And then, so it's, like, it's not the best lifestyle. Like, I preferred it when I worked in normal restaurants where we'd close at 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And I'd be out by 11 or midnight, because it's just too much. Because I feel like I waste a lot of my days because I'll sleep until like noon. And, you know, when you go in at 7, it's not that bad. But then, like, my wife goes in at 4 at her job.
Yeah.
So she's getting ready by 3. So if I wake up at noon, I literally only have like 2-3 hours, and then like I won't see her until nighttime when she wants to go to bed.
Right.
So it's like, it's not the most ideal lifestyle. I definitely, and then now that I have a second job, the days that I work the second job, I double. So I go in at that job at 11:30, and then I work until 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I go from one straight to the other. So I've always thought I'd love a night job, and I don't like this late of a night job. I like getting out the latest midnight. I'd be fine because then I got 2 hours. I can go to bed by 2. I can wake up at 10 a.m. get 8 hours of sleep. 10 a.m. isn't early, but it's early enough for me.
Yeah,
to
especially
be like,
if you're working
I
late.
can go to. Yeah, exactly. Like I can run errands. I can go to the doctors if I need to. If we want to go get breakfast or brunch, we can. If I wake up at 2, by the time I'm getting ready and done, by the time I'm gonna get to first watch, it's closed.
Yeah, that was the thing for me, bro. Because I mean, it's different. I've never worked a job where I had to stay that late, but back in the day when we worked at the grocery store, I would always prefer a quote unquote night shift, meaning like I would go in at 2 and work till 10 or 11, which was like the closing shift, as opposed to like me going in at like 9 or 10. Because I was like, no, I'd rather like get stuff done in the day and then go and then go to work. But now, since like it's shifted, I'm like, I don't know. I like this a little bit better, especially just for like my lifestyle now. Like obviously back in the day, like when you're young, you don't really have like a specific lifestyle. But now it's like, okay, I like, just knocking work out during the day and then being able to have the rest of like, the evening to knock out the gym and cooking and doing whatever I need to do, preparing for the next day, watching a movie or something like that. But yeah, it's the same thing of like when you said like you thought you'd like it. Like I always thought when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I want to like work like a night job and like work in a bar and stuff like that. And again, it's amazing money a lot of the times if you are a bartender or a server who's working that late. So a lot of the times like the money will prevail over your lifestyle choices. But yeah, I'm just like I've been more resistant to like maybe trying to go that avenue nowadays because I'm just like I don't know if I want to switch my whole lifestyle around and change up this kind of nice like flow that I'm in with the daytime shifts, you know what I mean? But it was just crazy. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, man, it's so weird that like I don't know, because a lot of the times it feels like we're on the same page and like we are, and like we still like obviously feel like we live similar lifestyles, but at the same time like completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just an interesting thought I had.
No, I agree. And I also, one thing that I never thought about, which is one of them, honestly, it might be one of the main reasons why I hate working so late, other than like sleeping and like living life, is that you can't do anything after work. Like everything is closed.
Yeah.
Like at least Florida, like Orlando area, like everything is closed by 2.
Pretty much.
And
here
if I'm
too.
getting out at 2:30, the only place that's open is Wawa. Like, you know what I mean? Which is like no harm, no foul. I love Wawa.
Yeah.
But it's like not every day. And like it's not a place where you can hang out. Like before, like how my wife and I like really started getting close is like when we were just friends, we would get out from work and we'd be like, oh, like it's only like 11. Let's just go get something to like, let's go grab a bite to eat down the street. Like, you know what I mean? And then like we'd go eat some food, hang out, talk, and just chill. Like I can't do that anymore. Like I have to go home. And if oh, no, like last night I wanted to make some kung pao chicken, but I didn't have any rice, so I didn't because there's nowhere I could go to get rice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that type of stuff does suck. Yeah, any last minute purchases, you don't want to cook, so you want to go out to eat. You got McDonald's and that's about it. And Wawa, and it's like, it's just like
you got that biggie bag
that type of
and
stuff
that's
sucks.
it.
Yeah. So
No.
I definitely think my perfectly ideal would be like an 11 to 7 job.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a 12 to 8, but I wouldn't mind settling for like a 3 to 11.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it, and even that's different. I mean, that was the biggest thing is I was like, man, working till like, 1 or 2 is, I mean, that's just a different,
Yeah,
the whole type of
I
different
realized
lifestyle.
that midnight is my enjoyment cutoff. Like, like if I'm leaving at midnight, like that's late. Like
Yeah.
I don't want it. and like if it's a rare occurrence, cool. But every day, like not leaving till like 1 or 2, 3. When we first opened, because my spot's new, like it opened in January.
Yeah.
So of 2024. So like when we were first brand new opening, we're still learning. We're still trying to get things out, bro. There were nights that I wouldn't leave till like 5 a.m. Because like we didn't know how to close. Everyone was slow. Everyone was still learning.
Yeah.
Things were breaking. Things were in different places. We had to reorganize. Like it was like, you know, the growing pains that comes with opening a business. But bro, like I've learned that if it's 3, I'm like, yo, let's go to bed. If it's 4, I'm like, I'm gonna go knock out right now, because at 5, I'm gonna start seeing that sun peaking. And I've learned that if I see the sunrise while I'm trying to go to bed, I get really mad.
It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Because,
Yeah,
like, even me, like, when I flew in from California and, you know, if I took a night flight here and getting over there at, like, you know, whatever it is, 5 or 6, it's, like, hard for me to even, like, take a nap anymore, you know?
Yeah. And I also realized that I don't get as good sleep going to bed that late. Like,
Yeah.
I used to be able to go to bed at, you know, they always say if you go to bed, but if you don't fall asleep between 10 and 2, you don't get good sleep. And I used to always fall asleep a little bit after 2. But, bro, going to bed at 3 or 4 is like a different beast. Like, I never wake up and I'm like, wow, I feel so well rested.
No, yeah. Anytime if I'm out, like, you know, when we go to a midnight showing or whatever, and I get home at like 3 and go to bed, it's like you wake up just feeling so groggy. And like, even if I still get like, you know, 7 hours of sleep, because most of the time with my work, I can sleep in until 10 if I really, really want to push it. Like I can't. And even then, I'm like, no, I still feel so crap, you know?
So crap.
But, you know, I mean, I guess that's just the lifestyle you live until the dreams take off, you know?
Yeah, for real. You gotta grind it until you make it. But since we got a couple minutes left on this episode, is there anything specific you want to go over? Because I had a fun question.
Go ahead. The
All
floor
right,
is
so
yours.
the floor is lava? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's say that there's an alien invasion, right? And then they come down, and you can pick one song to show them to try to save reality. Not reality, like humanity.
Okay.
What song are you going to play for the aliens?
Okay. What's the goal? Is it like, hey, I want to show you what music is so you understand like this really cool creative process in which humans connect to and like basically live life to? Or is it like, I just want to show them a great song? You know, like what am I trying to convey
I
to
mean,
this alien?
like humanity lies on their reaction to the song. So probably the first one.
I mean,
You're not like, we're going to die anyway. Let's play some gems.
it depends. Like, you know, do I play them some Yeet because they're aliens, or like what are they?
Oh my
What are they
God.
gonna relate to? Some 2093 or?
Okay. Since you're so
You know what I
annoying.
mean? Like, come on now.
Since you're annoying, okay. If aliens come, right, and then they're like, you show us one song, and if we think the song is worthy enough,
Okay.
we'll leave your planet alone.
Okay. I'm gonna go with.
You want to think about it? Because I know my answer.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'll ponder for a second or two.
Friday by Rebecca Black. No, I'm just kidding.
I was trying
You
to
don't even
remember
know
that
that song, do you?
Okay. Yeah. Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
if
just
it's
kidding.
a Friday, they come down. Maybe.
Yeah, and then on Tuesday we're going up on a Tuesday. No, I would play. I feel like because at the end of the day, if they don't like it, we're going to war with aliens.
Sure.
So like I might as well pick a song that's gonna hype me up. And I also think it's a good song is Crazy Train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
By who?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Is that the one that Eddie Munson played at the end of Stranger Things?
No. I don't think so.
All right, then I don't know if
Maybe.
I
I don't
song.
remember.
Okay, so you're just trying to like rock out.
Yeah, because bro, okay, great vocals, good song, sick guitar lick. They got good drums. Like it's a good song, and like everyone knows that song, other than Tyler apparently. I was raised by immigrants, but the American born from a drummer's. I was gonna say balls. Born from a drummer in a rock band in the '80s, doesn't know Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train,
Man,
but
because
I do.
we listen to real rock.
I learned
all
English
right?
in school, but he doesn't know Crazy Train.
Okay, and what do you think this is going to convey to the aliens?
I think they're gonna be like, "Yo, this goes hard," and they're like, "The musicality in this is crazy. I like it," and they're going off the rails, bro. You don't mess with them.
Yeah.
And then I'll show them the video of Ozzy Osbourne biting the head of a bat off on stage, and then we're solid.
Biting a bat? No, they're going to be like, humans hate anything that's not them.
Did you ever see that video?
Yeah. And I think
He
they
said
made fun
later
of
on in an
Family Guy, but-
interview. Yeah, they did. He said it in an interview that he didn't know the bat was real. He thought like someone threw a bat prop, like a plastic one, and that's why he bit the head off because he was just being dramatic. And then it turns out it was a real bat.
So gross. So gross. That's disgusting. I think I'm gonna go because it's one of my favorite songs of all time, bro. I'm gonna go "Let's Stay Together" by Al Green.
How does that go?
Baby, we ought to stay together. Come on,
Oh, that's
I've
fine.
definitely played that for you before. It's in Pulp Fiction.
I
which
guess you don't
think
want
you've
us to stay
seen.
together.
Because it's a vibe, man. It's a great track. It's positive. It's uplifting. It's groovy. It's got all the elements for them to be like, wow, you know what? This is a really nice, beautiful song. You guys really want to stay together? We'll let you stay together.
I was thinking about this question last night, and I was like, I knew you weren't gonna pick it, but I feel like you'd be that guy that's like, I'm gonna play them like the Beatles.
That was honestly like what was popping in my head first. That'd probably be my second choice, but I think that.
And
the
then I'm
Beatles
like,
have a lot
no,
of
he
good
would definitely be
options.
like, listen to this Drake banger, bro.
I mean, I also thought of that too. That was also running in
I
my
know.
mind. But I'm like, no, because I think I'm taking a different approach of like, I don't think I'm not trying to show them like a good rap song or a good vibe. Like
No, of course.
like
of
I
course.
feel like it has to be something where like it's a classic. It's something that has transcended a bunch of generations, which obviously Drake stuff, Kendrick stuff does too. But this one's been around for a while. It's an uplifting song. It's positive. It's fun, and I feel like it's a song that like anybody can be like, yeah. It's a very versatile song. It can fit in.
You know what?
On
I'm gonna
anybody's
change
playlist.
my answer
Nope.
because
It's all right. You can't.
it's my question. I'm gonna change my answer because now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. I shouldn't take the approach of trying to impress them. I should try to touch their heart. So
What
I'm
if
gonna
they don't
play
have hearts?
"Man in the Mirror" by Michael Jackson, so they can take a good look at themselves and be like, "What are we doing with our lives? Trying to kill all these civilizations."
You know what? We both messed up, bro. Because, what we should be playing? We should be playing some Lil Wayne because he always says we are not the same. I am a Martian. So maybe he's able to
True.
communicate to them.
One of them's gonna be like, "That's my uncle.
Yo, cuz.
Yeah, we can't blow this planet up. That's my fam." I love it.
Yeah, that'd be a. We should do movies next. That'd be fun.
We should. What movie would we make the alien watch? And
Scary
if they
Movie
like
3, where they make fun of aliens.
it, yo, that'd be wild. But all right, guys. Once again, you can do the outro because you did the intro.
All right, well, thank you for tuning into this Vault episode. Hopefully it comes out at a time where, you need to hear some of these fun things we're talking about.
Hopefully this comes out before the alien invasion, so you guys have like more song
Yeah,
suggestions.
because then you guys know the answers. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. It means a lot, your support and just checking out these episodes. So thank you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. I think that's about it.
Peace.
things.